scrappy friends. So today I have something a little bit different for you besides that's different than a layout. And I'm going to be making some of my own sprays with this newer, it's new to me, um, Marion Smith Designs Color Lab. And pretty much what they are pigment powders that you can mix with water or other mediums and create like a spray mist, or you can make your own paint with it, or you can make a nice glaze with it, or use it in molding paste and have it colored. So I'm going to be making some sprays today. I bought this kit and got it during the week, and was super excited. So I thought I'd share with you guys the recipes that I make. That's my husband. He's looking at it while I'm making some. So this first color that I'm going to be making is a gold color. They had on the sheet, they had a gold color called 24K, but it didn't have any glimmer in it. And I wanted to try to achieve something that was similar to the Heidi Swapp Gold Lame. Now, obviously, that one is so thick. I'm not even sure what she puts in her mists to get them that thick, but they're thick. And so I knew it wasn't going to be thick like that because I probably would have had to use like all of the gold powder. But I didn't just want to add gold powder to um, my water, though I probably could have and gotten very close, a close result of what. So I mixed some colors to that 2 ounce bottle of water. I added 2 yellows, a speck of black, and a speck of magenta. So the three colors to the right are the shimmers. So there's a pink, a blue, and a gold. And then there's black, cyan, yellow, magenta, and red. And so I just said them in order for what I have. And at this point I have not added any shimmer. I'm testing it out and I'm seeing how I like the color. Do I like this gold color that is, what she had? And I didn't like it. And I knew it was going to be not the gold I was looking for because it didn't have any glimmer in it. So I kind of knew that. So I added a little bit I think I added a little bit more magenta to it or black maybe. I don't know. I added some extra colors. And you'll see, I added a few different colors a few times. And so what I end up coming up with is 4 yellows, 2 specks of black, 2 specks of magenta, and then in the end, after I get it to where I think maybe this is probably about as good as I'm going to get without completely having to read. Now, at this point, I could have been like, oh, I'll just redo it. But I guess I didn't think about it since it was my first spray. And then once I added the shimmer to it, I definitely wasn't going to throw it out because you get a decent amount to make, stuff with. But if you just throw them out, you know, you're going to lose a lot of product really quick. So here I'm adding the shimmer to it. And I added one with the top in there and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to make a mess." And these powders are very, very messy. As much as I tried not to get them all over, they went all over. I mean, they got on my hands, they got on the desk, just even a little teeny tiny speck would like definitely. So that's why I have all of that wax paper to help with the cleanup. So this is what the color looks like that I mostly achieved. I think I add spray of one more thing of the gold. And so, like I said, after I add a little bit of stuff, I spray it because I wanted to make sure. Yeah, I think this is, no, I add a little bit more yellow. So it's like I was really, really, really just trying to achieve like this perfect goal, and I mean it turned out pretty good. I found that when I sprayed it on the tag and after it sat for a while, the edges had a distinct red and magenta color to them. Or like that magenta that I put in there is definitely distinct in there. But with the shimmer, it has a really nice shimmer. So I mean, it was probably as good as it was gonna get, and so I'll just have to use it, and maybe I can buy some flowers or something and spray it, even though I don't use flowers really. So, but I thought that you guys would appreciate seeing how to do some of this stuff, and if anybody is interested in getting it or want me to write down the recipes that I used, let me know in the comments below, and I will um put them in the comments. And I'm also thinking that I'll probably do a quick blog about making these. I don't do a whole lot of blogs, but I do try to like blog a little bit. So, and by a little bit, I mean I have more than a few blogs. I have like 4 or 5 blogs posts. Every once in a while, I add a blog, which is probably why I haven't made any design teams yet, right? Because I'm just not so good at it. But I don't mind how that turned out. So it's not horrible. For my first spray ever that I made, it wasn't bad. It's not perfect. And this definitely, using these, is like trial and error. And I'm sure that every single time you're probably not going to get the same exact color unless you make sure you use the same amount. And when I used a scoop, I did not make sure it was completely level. So if you wanted to be like really I if you wanted to be really exact, you could definitely do that. Use like a palette knife or something to scrape it, and it might be messier that way, but so I ended up getting extra scoops because it only came with one, and I didn't want to have to wash it because you would have definitely had to wash it each time. So if anybody's thinking about getting this, definitely spend the extra. I don't know. It was like $3 or something for a pack of 8, 7 or 8 scoops. So this next color that I am making is I'm using the base for Oh Yeah as on their recipe card. And I just kind of like tweak it a little bit, which is totally me. I realize I am just not a good rule follower. Which is funny because I follow rules in real life usually. Maybe because I feel like I have that creative um I don't know what I'm trying to say, the word. I guess I feel like because it's art, I can take that extra leap. So this color is like a turquoise, aqua tealy color. I guess that's what you would. I don't know. I guess I definitely don't really know the difference between turquoise and teal. I mean, they're pretty much the same. So on the recipe, it called for a cyan, a yellow, a half a yellow, and 3 aqua of the or yeah, 3 of the shimmer powders of the aqua shimmer powder, the blue one. And I just use, okay, so I use 1 cyan, I use a half of yellow, and then 4 because I thought it needed to be more shimmery and I didn't want it too yellow. So, or too green, I should say, because it probably would have been a little bit more green. So, and really, you can't tell, it's definitely on the green side. So, it's definitely not like a blue. If I had maybe didn't like only added like a speck of yellow. So here's the next one that I'm going to do. And I am making a pink color because the layout that I did for Saturday with Alicia on the mood board, there is like a really soft yellow. And so I wanted to be able to use that on my layout. So I'm trying to achieve a very, very, very soft. Now, one thing I didn't do was label which was which, and later you'll see I mess up and I use the wrong color. So next time I go and do this, I will be doing that. So this is the color that I get with whatever I use. I don't even remember what I used. I looked at the sheet and there was a recipe for it's called Lily, but it's like a really soft pink. And so, like I said, I tweaked everything and I used a red instead of a magenta because I wanted it to be more pink and not, I don't know. Magenta and red are very similar because magenta is, I guess, more like a purpley, but I didn't want it purple. I wanted it pink. So I was hoping, and as you can see here, I write down everything that I'm doing so that I can go back, and I wrote it on the tag as well. So the tags that I cut out from dies with just plain white cardstock because I figured that at least is going to give me a good idea of what the true color is. I mean, obviously, if you use a different color pattern paper or cardstock, it will probably change, but that's how it is with any sprays that you use. So here is where I'm kind of tweaking it. And so this color that I did, and I named it Pony because it kind of reminds me of those like really pink, soft pink pony flowers. I think that's how you call them. So I used 3 of the shimmery pinks, and then I used a speck of red. So I just used a very teeny tiny bit. And so this is the color. And actually, now that it's been sitting, when you see the color, it definitely looks pink. And then when you shake it up, it has that shimmer. So like I said, this one was supposed to be shimmery. So I started off with 2 because I thought that maybe it would be better with less shimmer in it, but I just thought in the end it really needed it. And even when I spray it, it's not very shimmery. Like 3 is on the low end of what you have a big shimmer to. So here I'm using some mini misters and these are just Tim Holtz ones, but I mean, really, in all reality, you could go to the dollar store probably and find. I need to see if we have a dollar store somewhere near us because, um, as much as I like her bottles because they have a nice little lock on them, it might be cheaper to see if I can find like, a 1 ounce or a 2 ounce like little travel spray. I don't know. I'll have to see because I'm sure hers probably are not supposed to clog up. And I know I was looking on her Facebook page. She says that they shouldn't clog up. So I know the night I did these, I actually posted them to Instagram and she noticed. I was like, oh my gosh. I had one of those like, I don't have them often anymore. And maybe just because being in this community, you start to feel like you're equals, whether you post videos or not. Like, you know, there's not really as much of a celebrity type of feel to like most YouTubers. And but it was just like, what? And then she reposted it to her Instagram. So I was just like, I had one of those like star moments, and I was like, and then I was looking at her website because I was looking to see if they had extra colors or like how if you could buy stuff on her website because I didn't buy these on hers. And on her blog on the bottom it shows like her current Instagrams, and it was my picture was up there and I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, and it's just my tag, so like whatever, but I had one of those moments. I was like, honey. Anyway, so while I was talking about being celebrityism here, I created a really nice gold. I wasn't going for really gold, but I created a gold. And I call it champagne because I wanted it to be like that champagne. That color. Of, like when I got married, me and my husband, my wedding dress was called champagne, I think. So it's that like really soft color. And so on her sheet, she had a color for cookie. And I really liked that it was like a vanilla type of color. And so it had, I have to look. So I added 2 and then a half a speck of yellow, 1 half a speck of red, one half a speck of black, and then one scoop of gold. So that's what I used in the other thing. Now, and with this, oh wait, or no, it was two specks of yellow because they're just the mini misters. So this is where I think I was trying to accomplish gray here, and I know I'm like behind here. And I didn't get the color I was looking for. And like I said, at this point, I kind of got some colors mixed up. So I'm like, oh, I'll move on because I knew I wanted to do a peach type of color, like a red peach or like a pinky peach, which it didn't quite turn out the color I wanted, but that's okay. It is a peach color, so with a shimmer. And I think pretty much all of these that I did, yeah, all of the ones that I did this time have shimmer in them. So this color that I'm doing is peach, and it's not going to be the color because I accidentally, and you'll see it. I think I added too much red to it or something. So see, it's like a red, it's like a pink color. And it wasn't the color I wanted. So, and when I realized that the other one was not the color that I was going for, I came back. And so here I rinsed everything out. And because I hadn't added any shimmers, I just dumped them out and they were minis. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to restart. And I will say that like I had to make sure that I cleaned out the nozzle, and I'm sure it's like that with any one. So the color that I'm making right now is a soft gray color because also on the layout that I did with Alicia, one of the colors was like a charcoal black, and so I wanted to get like a gray color. And I don't have any grays, but that's a fun color to use. So for the gray that I made, I guess okay, was something that she used on a different video and then I added to it. So I used a speck of black, a scoop of gold, and 2 scoops of blue. So I used a lot of shimmer in a small bottle, but I really like the way that it turned out. It has a bluey gray color to it because of the blue and the black mixed together, but then it has this like gold type of shimmer. Now, she has a clear, I say clear, like a white shimmer now, and I'm definitely going to be getting some of those. Probably, I don't know if I'll get them this month, but some point this month or next month in my budget of scrapbooking stuff, I'm going to be getting some more colors. So I'll just probably just add colors as, get a couple a month or something to just add. I think a clear shimmer or a white shimmer will work really, really well because then it'll be more of a neutral. And because with the blue, as I found with the blue and the pink and the gold, they're great, but like the blue turns everything more blue and the pink turns everything more purpley colors. So it definitely isn't a perfect system, but the way that she's added some other colors, now it's going to be even better. And I think that's probably what she figured out pretty quick. And this is for me, who I don't have a lot of mists, this is perfect. And the fact that I like to do extra stuff. So here's the peach color, and this is, I think, my first go at it. Um, it, I think I was thinking it was too orange. I don't know. Don't ask me. Now I'm confused. I think I felt like it needed to be a little bit more red, like have more red in it. So for the peach color, I use a half a speck of yellow, a speck of red, a half a speck of gold, and a speck of pink. And it's definitely a pretty bright color. Probably because it's in the mini mister. Maybe if I did it in a big bottle, it would have been better. So here I'm just spraying everything, and I'm like just about done. So on each tag, I made sure that, well, one run I wrote on it that it was dry, or I wrote on the back what I used to make it, and I made sure that the ones that I did minis on, that I said that it was a mini, and then I just sprayed it on there, and I used my heat gun just to kind of help with the drying a little bit, but I didn't completely dry it all the way. So this is everything, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this different video. And if you have any questions, ask. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.